can't believe that I'm making this video, but people who I knew as friends have gone behind my back and betrayed me, attempting to defame my name and expose me for simply criticizing them fairly. But before I explain, I want to ask if you guys could like and subscribe, as it really helps me out, and also you can join the Discord to talk to me if you have any questions, and to my community. Let's begin. Firstly, I actually wanted to explain what really caused all this to happen and what was truly said, because the narrative that has been spread by these people, these bad actors, it has been twisted, and yeah. This all started because I recently had a breakup, and having been in call with both Pinned and Indo plenty of times, I know how they act, which is very immature. I simply stated that I would not be joining the call due to my high emotions and stress at the time, and that the way they act is very immature.
How about you shut up before I interrupt you again, bud?
If you don't know what that clip is, that is Indo and Pinned, the people behind the exposed video that was released on me, basically just shouting at me when I'm trying to get my point across and blatantly ignoring what I have to say. It really just comes down to them being ignorant. When I asked them about why they constantly mock autism by making like sounds mocking autism, mocking people, especially with like Down syndrome as well. When I asked them about this, their excuse for this behavior was by claiming the fact that because they have autism, that means that they can do it, which is just not the case, as I myself have autism and actually have the decency, tolerance and maturity not to do such things, showing that they are finding any excuse to claim that their acts are justifiable. Secondly, I want to in fact bring up past behaviour, and before I do that, I'll explain why I'm bringing it up if it was in the past. The reason I'm bringing up stuff from a while ago is to show that these people are in fact bad actors trying to defame me. Firstly, Indo, Pinned and others are all pretty racist, and it's pretty clear when you see the offensive memes that they use to quote unquote rage bait, which is their excuse for being racist, homophobic and neglectful of others' feelings. Secondly, they use the excuse that it was long ago. However, A, it's not a sense of time, it's a sense of accountability and commitment. B, they still act like this now and have been acting like this since we met contact back when Circle Dude first got exposed. I have a lot more screenshots of old stuff, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about a 16-minute long video of slander against me and how ridiculous this video truly is. First, before I go through everything said here, I want to point out that I saw less than 10 images used as evidence that, by the way, were not incriminating of me, meaning none of the images shown prove I did anything wrong, and that this video is basically slander. Before I also begin, I want to point out how hypocritical these people are. They are hypocrites, very obviously, and when seeing their behavior and excuses and accusations all not lining up, it's just very obvious that they are very hypocritical. Don't believe me? They send a racist image and harass me, even go as far as to call me a faggot behind my back, attacking my sexual identity by way of homophobia, and then when I call them immature once, I'm the bad guy. They twist the narratives, they twist perspectives, and make it seem like they are the good in any and all situations they are involved in, when really they are a lot more manipulative than you believe. But with that stated, let's move on to debunking the video released by Indo Gaming, which, by the way, was recently taken down. Firstly, the first 2 minutes of this video is straight up slander, and his first point begins around 1 minute 47 seconds in. So but everything before that is just slander. He claims that I used the images from the past drama as weapons to blackmail them, when really I was trying to explain context via the voice chat as seen in these clips.
Uses the past drama we had with him as a weapon. Now,
How about you shut up before I interrupt you again, bud?
He then says it started due to him being offensive as shit, effectively downplaying how severe the actions he had done, and casually said that they include the N-word, incriminating himself, which, by the way, if a piece of media that is shared contains the N-word, it is considered racist, according to Google.
Here's another thing I'd like to point out with this first drama. He started calling us a racist for posting memes that containing the N-word.
He claims that sending memes involving racist things does not make him racist, when really sending any form of media involving racism is in fact racist.
And because Noah likes 9/11 memes, he calls Noah a fucking terrorist.
For some context here, I didn't call Noah a terrorist. I simply said that his actions were terroristic and very wrong to do, which last I checked, making fun of the 9/11 attacks and disregarding the lives lost said in those said attacks is terroristic. It is terroristic behavior.
So yeah, we get that resolved eventually, right? Like how we get resolved is I first talked with Aqua, fuck it, because everyone else was fucking yelling at him and shit right at the time, right? And we got it all situated out. I made sure that Pin, Noah, and others got situated out with Aqua.
Okay, so this is just straight up misinformation. We basically argued over the fact that they should not be calling themselves good people for exposing others. And again, I'm not gonna defend anyone that they have exposed, by the way, but they call themselves good when they do terrible acts behind the scenes themselves. This is just hypocrisy, and because I called them out on this, they silenced me and peer pressure me, which unfortunately works for the first drama. However, I won't carry on with that as it is pretty old, although some parts are still relevant, as we will see in the future.
Pretty much, Aqua's talks about how he had a breakup and all that, right? So it's okay, yeah, first I felt bad for him, right?
I just want to clarify that this breakup was not public knowledge and was actually private beforehand. AKA, Indo, by stating that, just even talking about this, has leaked private information that he was entrusted with, aka sensitive info. He's just gone ahead and leaked it to the public.
Hey, guess fucking what? Aqua gets super offended, so we thought it was a good idea at the time, right, to rage bait him, right?
Right, so I had a breakup, a serious one as well, and the self-proclaimed friends that are always there for me instead harass me while I'm dealing with the said breakup, then later claim that they were always there for me.
But I know Aqua will never admit he's in the wrong. So, because dude, we've tried to tell him, everyone can confirm that he'll never admit when he's in the wrong, right? Publicly, right? He'll probably say to a friend oh yeah, I was in the wrong.
You say that I'll never admit when I'm in the wrong. Yet, when you tried to peer pressure me and label it as settling the drama, I took accountability for not adding context to an image that I had sent. Basically, proving your statement that I never take accountability or admit when I'm in the wrong, just completely false. You're just wrong in that sense.
He calls it criticism. Buddy, we were making jokes and shit, right? And you were criticizing us for our sense of humor.
This is just completely false. I didn't call out the jokes and claim it as criticism. I called out your immaturity and claimed it as criticism. And I explained that it was valid criticism that anyone, including yourself, like you have said before, could agree upon, but you decided to escalate the situation, and now it's gone public. And instead of taking accountability for escalating the situation, causing it to go public, you decide to try and blame shift it onto me, making me seem like, oh, I'm chasing drama or something like that.
Nobody needs to have the same sense of fucking humor you do. We don't need to change anything for you.
He claims that nobody needs the same sense of humor, and by humor, he is just being flat out racist. Basically, he says nobody needs the same humor as me, and really what humor they are on about is just flat out racism. I never said to you that you have to change your humor and that we have to have the same sense of humor. The closest thing I said to that was the fact that you have no maturity. And personally, I believe you should grow up. You're 18. You should be mature enough not to make jokes like racism, etc., etc.
We were rage baiting him, everything didn't escalate until guess what? He weaponizes a past drama we had with him, right?
He claims that the situation didn't escalate until I sent that screenshot of Pinned being racist. But I was already being harassed by Pinned before that, and Indo as well, and shouted at in Cool before that.
This is pretty much him weaponizing and pretty much trying to blackmail us into shutting the fuck up.
Again, there is a lack of context here, which I should have provided with the screenshot and have already taken accountability for. This image was not used as a weapon or blackmail, but instead proof of their immaturity in the past and how it has carried on since.
Before I blocked him, right, he said, I'm gonna make this public. That's what he said.
That is, in fact, what I said, yeah. But you're missing the fact that you escalated the situation by adding me to a call and screaming, specifically after I said that if you escalate the situation, I would make it public. I specifically told you, escalate the situation and it will go public. And you decided to escalate the situation. You're also completely avoiding the fact that I stated if you or anyone escalate the situation, that I would go public, and you escalated it, not me, by adding me to that call.
This guy wanted to make it public.
Firstly, I never wanted it to be public, considering it involved a huge breakup that I had been through, and secondly, you escalated the situation by harassing me, adding me to a call to quote-unquote talk, when all you did was shout and interrupt me.
I told you. Now, Aqua, I know you're fucking watching this. You're obviously watching this, right? I told you. I literally fucking told you that, you're, like, if you make this public, I will fucking expose you, right?
Again, I only went public in my server, which you should definitely join, by the way. And because you escalated, I went public. So, and you also escalated even further by posting the video, meaning I have to go public about all this shit on my YouTube, considering you have done the exact same. You also contacted me afterwards to settle the drama, when all you did was try to convince me via peer pressure and blackmail, and then crashed out. Also, you can't make a video exposing someone and then barely even hours later contact that person to try and settle it. That's like a hit and run, in a sense. You make a video, you talk to them a few hours after, the damage is already done, okay?
Now, one thing I want to point out, right, is that we called Aqua a friend, and then he turns around and he's like, you guys are more of, like, acquaintances to me.
Yeah, I said that you guys were more acquaintances than friends due to the fact that you literally talk shit behind my back all the time, isolate me whenever we're in a call, silence me whenever I even try and speak up about anything, you completely ignore anything I say, and you even go behind my back calling me a f***it and making homophobic comments behind my back, which you literally admitted to.
I apologize for saying the F slur behind your back.
Also, note the fact that he says that he didn't call me it, but the fact that he just said it is avoiding accountability by like lying by, is it omission? I believe it is called, but I may have my terminology wrong. But basically, he's saying he's sorry for saying it, but not calling me it. If you get what I'm saying. Next up, he says,
And then he turns around and says shit like, oh yeah, well the past is, like the past is like, relevant as always, it's like.
What I said was, it's not a factor of time, it's a factor of accountability, responsibility, and maturity. They completely ignore my point and twist my words and the narrative to make me seem bad and them seem good. From that point on, it is literally just slander. The rest of the video from that point is just slander, with him saying I'm a bad friend and a liar, which just at that point is just basic slander. I cannot lie when I'm saying this, but the video I have just debunked that exposed me is the worst video I have seen attempt to do such thing. I've had videos made on myself like this before, and each and every time they get debunked by myself. But this one is so poorly made and is a clear attempt to smear my name and reputation, acting as a hit piece when really the bad actors behind it are the ones that should be questioned. If they respond to this video, or this escalates any further even behind the scenes, then I shall make a part 2. With that said, I hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like and subscribe to support the video and the channel, and join the Discord if you do have any questions. I shall see you all in the next video.